But let's give our listeners just a word of encouragement as we wrap up this year, as we step into a time of Advent and holiday season and time with the family. That doesn't always look picturesque. Sometimes it's very chaotic. It's very dysregulating for some of our kiddos. It brings about different trauma triggers. But in the midst of everything that we've talked about today, maybe just share something that God has put on your heart through the conversation that we've had, and just giving that perspective of let's love on our call to love family as we close out this year.
I think I just want to encourage you to take a step, whatever that looks like. Maybe your first step is actually just getting on your knees and praying more about it. Maybe your first step is to read a book or listen to a podcast and find out, or maybe just go find a family that or find a member of a church you're in, or somewhere, and just ask their story. Because sometimes, even though it's totally different as everybody's stories are, there's some overlap in the call, in the walk through the process, and then also it's what came out on the other side. I think I would ask whether you're wanting interest in adoption or foster care, I would ask why. Like, what is your personal reason? Is it because I feel like if God put that call in your heart, there's some sort of a level of obedience to something that maybe you've already felt before. Like, even if it's an inkling of a call of something, an interest. So I think that's something I would encourage you to do, is take that first step, find out more information. But I would say go into it wise but brave. And I think
That's good.
that you are going to find on the other side of it, whether you actually ended up adopting or fostering, you're going to learn more about yourself.
That's very true.
And you are going to be a better person for it, and your marriage will be stronger and better because you took the next step of obedience. It's don't just go out there and you fill out all the paperwork and you turn it in and you submit the money, or go through the DHS process or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're just waiting for the call and the answer on the other side of that. I don't think God wants us to step into that. I think there has to be a level of self-preparedness. He wants you to do the work and experience the hard. I mean, if you don't want to go through the hard, and I don't mean as in scary or difficult, harsh maybe, but as in you have to do, like, to get a degree, you have to go to classes and you have to study and you have to pass tests. Well, if this is something that I think you're called to, do the research, stop and pray along every step of the way, find out what's uncomfortable and ask yourself, why is this uncomfortable for me? Why is this hard? Maybe talk to your spouse. I noticed that you really clammed up on this question. Why did you clam up on that one? Maybe your spouse doesn't even know. I think that before you were a parent, you may have an idea how you'd parent, but you don't really know until you're a parent, right?
Very true.
Just like you don't know what kind of spouse you're going to be until you're married. And so you don't know how you're going to be, but if God calls you, it's going to be a better version.
Yeah.
So
That's really good. That's a good word.